Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Ambush live stream for the main slate, or excuse me, the night slate tonight. We already had the main slate, which I understand that it might not have really felt like it was much of a main slate because there's just no offense. And we got to remember that we're only 2 weeks into the season right now. And it's really more like we're a week into the season, even though it is at the end of April almost, because they didn't have long spring training. And so I'm optimistic that offense is going to come through. We have to write articles and content, and we have to pick somebody offensively out there. And yes, I thought a bottom 10 offense like the Yankees could do something today against Michael Pineda. I thought that the White Sox wouldn't play like they were drunk still, but apparently they are, because who knew that, I guess, Cleveland is a great party town for the road team. They just do stupid things again, day after day. But the good thing if you're a White Sox fan is that team has loads of talent, and at some point, I would think they'll get those things figured out. But nonetheless, if you're not betting unders, bet unders. You see games start quiet, go in, bet the alt run total, combine it with two other parlays. Just take the money. Take the single. I don't care if it's minus 150. Just take it, because the unders are hitting. And eventually, they won't be. Eventually, the bullpens are going to get bad once rosters shrink a little bit. But, hey, let's break down Cardinals, Marlins, Pirates, Cubs, Rangers, Mariners. If that doesn't bring you some level of joy, I don't know what will. So, on the dashboard, Jordan Hicks, he's getting the start tonight. We all know the deal with Jordan Hicks. He's got lots of talent. How long can he pitch? Can he actually keep his arm held together? He's definitely not my top option. I'm going to go Pablo Lopez, given that it is technically a South Beach theory game there with the Cardinals last night in Miami being last night, but it's a bleak slate, right? I mean, Hicks certainly could come out and strike out a good number of Marlins. Don't know how long he's really going to be stretched out. Viable for game stack, but it is weather-wise. Well, actually, all three weather spots I think are going to be okay here tonight, but two of them being in domes. Lopez is my number one. Taylor Hearn is arguably number two, but as you can see there, Taylor Hearn is heavy splits on against lefties. Given that he is a lefty there, he does well against them and not so much against righties. To me, the Mariners are a sneaky team. They've actually been one that's been hitting okay, especially at home. Mark Leiter, the son of Mark Leiter, will get the start for the Cubs. We don't have a price on him. I'll have to check if that's just a name issue. I'd imagine he is in the player pool there on DraftKings, so I'll check that while we talk here. And then Marco Gonzalez. Yes, Mark Leiter is 4,600, a whopping. So just the name mismatch with DraftKings Zero. I'll update that. And, of course, Bryce Wilson. Yeah. It's, get real excited there. And since FanDuel, I don't know what they did with their slate, we got to pick two of these guys. So let's try to find two. Let's start with Mr. Jordan Hicks and Pablo Lopez. The Cardinals, like the Blue Jays, is an offense that I trust right now. After that, the list gets very thin. I mean, extremely thin. But given that it's only 3 games, and they probably will grade out as the best offense for everybody else, I think this is a great spot where the number one pitcher against the number one offense, I'm going to take the number one pitcher. We've been riding unders right now. I expect Lopez to get probably a good amount of ownership, but the Cardinals will be equal. Basically, everyone's either going to have Lopez or they're going to have Cardinals. I would expect a lot of people to go Hicks, which will potentially drive down Lopez's ownership. It is the lowest total on the board. But I'm not going to worry too much about ownership because I think Pablo Lopez is going to put up a 20. He's going to pitch extremely well. So the question is, do you want any of those Marlins batters? If they can touch Jordan Hicks, good luck. If anything, they're going to walk. I think Jazz Chisholm leading off is a great play today. He's going to get on. He's going to steal. He's going to score. If you want to do a wraparound stack with Jacob Stallings or maybe Brian Anderson, hoping that they'll see the Cardinals bullpen first, I certainly don't hate that option either. But overall, it's Lopez. Hicks is in the mix, I guess. I'm just winging this really quick. I didn't do any research on Hicks to see if he's on a pitch count, so whatever. Fire me. I wasn't going to play a 3-game slate. I don't write up 3-game slates, but you people are degenerates. Bryce Wilson and the Cubs go into Wrigley Field. We got winds 11 miles an hour out to right. Rain's not looking that bad. Temperature 59 degrees. So is Wrigley a viable option? No. I'm going to play Bryce Wilson. He's going to be my SB2. He sucks. I don't care. Give me a Pirates pitcher on a short slate like this. We can see the pitch splits matchups here for Mr. Wilson against these Cubs hitters, and let's go through and see if we find any troublesome spots. What do we know about Wilson? Well, we know that he's pretty balanced in terms of his distribution pitch-wise. Wilson Contreras looks to be grading out pretty well here. This is one of the tools that you get with the dashboards at Daily Ambush to help quickly with your research. I will pick on the Cubs lineup. I think that there's a good amount of strikeouts in this lineup, definitely for Wilson tonight. If you want to go to the other side to the young Mark Leiter, we don't know a thing about him because he's young. So, jumping ahead to the Rangers and the Mariners game. This is the spot I want to go for the most offense tonight. Roof probably closed out there in Seattle. And I don't trust either pitcher very much. Taylor Hearn, to me, is better as a bullpen guy, potentially an eighth inning arm for a better team down the line. We can see the pitch splits profile breakdown for Texas Rangers. A couple guys grade out extremely well, especially my boy Mitchell C. Garver III. Adolis Garcia for sub 4K. Not that pricing is an issue tonight. Corey Seager's a little interesting there. Lefty versus lefty. Got Jazz, but shortstop, he'll probably gain the top ownership there because people don't have to spend up. But I definitely would want probably 1 through 4 on the Texas side. Yeah, I'm going to pick on Marco Gonzalez for sure against these Rangers bats. We'll jump right on him with Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Mitch Garver. If you want to go Garcia as kind of a fourth leg there, you certainly can. I don't hate it at initial glance. On the other side, Texas Rangers, the Mariners bats, obviously still no Mitch Haniger. This is the projected lineup that we have with Toro, then France, and Suarez. Not very good. Julio Rodriguez, who we have the correct pitcher on Mr. Julio Rodriguez, unlike the boys at FanDuel and DraftKings, is someone that I believe is about to get white hot. He's a must-own for me tonight, so we'll take him and lock him in. So jumping back to the dashboard real quick, let's go through the batters, see who we like. Dashboard seems to like the Pirates, Mariners, and Rangers. So check, check, check. We have a Cubs lineup confirmed. We have a Cardinals lineup confirmed. And overall, the best DCPA on the slate is, of course, a guy against one of my pitchers. Ooh, the Cubs pitch profile seem to be going pretty good against Mr. Bryce Wilson. So I might give that a second thought and lean back towards Jordan Hicks. So I'll do some little research here real quick and check and see any word on Hicks's pitch count tonight. But I think overall for me, I think you start with Pablo Lopez 1. I'll take a long shot with Bryce Wilson 2, just because I don't believe in the Cubs at all. And then our top hitting exposure will go to the Rangers. We want Julio Rodriguez. And we'll mix in a little, we're going to go a little Jazz Chisholm as well. Chisholm at second base eligibility. We'll definitely take that. Corey Seager will give us our shortstop eligibility tonight. Third base is a Gino. Let's go with Brian Hayes. First base is a shit show. Don't touch any Cardinals hitters tonight. That's your fade. 100% St. Louis fade. 100% with Mr. Pablo Lopez. I say 100%. I wouldn't play more than 3 lineups, but I would lock those 2 things in, and then I would backload your offense with Texas, Seattle. Betting picks tonight, take the Marlins on the money line. We're going to parlay it with the under in Pittsburgh and Chicago. And for a 3-leg parlay, give me the Texas Rangers. That's all. Tomorrow's a test of Friday. Hopefully we'll get some warm weather out there. I saw that it's starting to warm up across the board. And we got some new series starting up. And then hopefully we'll get some offense coming. If you want to check out more of these tools, come to thedailyambush.com. Daily MLB articles, stats breakdowns. Dropping Dimes is up for the basketball slate tonight from Fantasy Bum. NHL playoff breakdown is going to be coming soon from Rob Garriak. He's got his NASCAR articles coming out as well. Optimizers, dashboards, tools, the MLB Data Hub. Come check us out. It's $28.03 for your first month. $34.95 every month afterwards. Pay up front for $140 for the full MLB season. That pricing option will be going away soon, so check it out now. I'm Steve Renner. Ambush the competition.